Hi, I'm Jan Gibbs, the other half of the Conversations team, and welcome to Your Photos on Film. In 2010, I took a trip to the UK to visit my daughter Lydia, who lives in Edinburgh. Stupidly, I forgot my camera, but that didn't stop me taking hundreds of still photos on an old video camera. Unfortunately, they weren't the best quality, and they've languished on my computer ever since. Every now and then I have a look at them because I miss my daughter and they remind me of the lovely time we had together. I've never shown them to anyone else because they're not really interesting without knowing the story behind them. Sam and I think there are probably lots of people in a similar situation, and the concept of narration innovations grew out of a desire to give photos a fresh makeover, to tell the story behind them rather than simply putting them on a traditional slideshow. In order to try out the idea, I decided to tackle my England photos. At Conversations, we believe photos are a gateway to our memories and deserve to be treated in a way which entertains as well as preserves these snapshots from our past. I'm happy to present a short segment of what is now a story on film. I'm delighted with the result and I hope you like it. Our last week on the road, and as we crossed into Scotland, I was in Lydia's hands as we set off for the Highlands. Our first adventure was on the Harry Potter train. We're both fans, and the chance to be on the Hogwarts Express was a dream come true. In reality, it's a 6-hour return trip aboard the Jacobite steam train from Fort William to Mallaig. This is the last leg of the West Highland Line. In Gaelic, it's called the Railway to the Isles, and it's been voted both top rail journey and the most scenic railway line in the world. While waiting on the platform, we had no idea how lucky we were about to be. There was a mix-up with our tickets, and a very grumpy man refused to get out of our seats. The poor, harassed conductor had to find somewhere to put us. So we found ourselves like wide-eyed children in one of the compartments used in the Harry Potter films. These compartments can't be booked and aren't generally used, so how fortunate were we? I couldn't believe our luck, and I really thought Lydia would never get out the door. Her smile was so wide. We just needed some pumpkin juice and Bertie Bott's every flavour beans to make the trip complete. There was so much to see along the way. The spectacular Glenfinnan Viaduct, the Jacobite Monument in Glenfinnan Bay, where Bonnie Prince Charlie raised his standard in 1745. And I fell in love with beautiful Loch Shiel. This is the location of the Black Lake near Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. It's beautiful from every angle. We stopped briefly at the tiny Glenfinnan railway station, where we were greeted by a young piper busking his way to university. And we couldn't help but wonder whether there was a witch or wizard somewhere looking for the broomstick they left at the station. Despite the rain, the views from the train were spectacular, as you can see. It was amazing to be in the Highlands. Everyone says how beautiful the Highlands are, and they're every bit as magnificent as I imagined, and more. The biggest problem was knowing where to look. Our destination was Mallaig, the main commercial fishing port on the west coast of Scotland. After being the only people not to have fish for lunch, it was back aboard the train to Fort William and then on to Edinburgh. It was a memorable day to have shared with Lydia, and these photos will help me remember it always.